All right, guys, how's it going? Now, before I get into this video, I just want to let you know I'll be live on here today at 6 o'clock UK time for an hour. So if you want to come along and have a natter about all things LFC and this France International, then do come along at 6 o'clock, all right? Now, I have just published a video for you about said motherfucker. And as you can see, he's on the front page of MARCA today. Go and watch that video, it's important. And this is the related article inside. Now, this article is penned or published by José Félix Díaz, all right? I am not going to explain to you who José Félix Díaz is again. If you watch the other video, it will explain in depth as to who he is. It's daft to repeat it all again because I'm just assuming you've watched the other video. But basically, José Félix Díaz is the closest journalist to Real Madrid, to Florentino Pérez, the president. He's the man when it comes to Real Madrid, like Paul Joyce is, at the times with Liverpool, okay? And everything that José Félix Díaz said with regards to Trent, for example, both in MARCA, in print, and also to me, when I communicated with him, happened. Now, this time he's talking about Canate, and it's not the first time he spoke about him. Every time he says something, I cover it on my channel. However, in this article, he also talks about Marc Guéhi. And it is the first time that Jose has touched on Marc Guéhi, and also the first time Marc Guéhi has been mentioned in any credible kind of reporting here in this country. If you've seen, what's that shite behind me? If you've seen, reports in Spain, say Real Madrid, Barcelona are interested in Marc Guéhi, I can assure you it's come from, some clickbaity nonsense. All right. So, oh, look at them ugly fuck. I can't have them on screen behind me. Just a moment, please. There we go. Can we just play it or something and then just still pause it? Oh, dear me. That'll do. Right. You put me off, you know what I mean? So there's been nothing said about Marc Guéhi in Spain until today. So this is it. This is the start of that proper link, if you like. It's been mentioned in England before, in the British tabloids, but utter nonsense, right? So let's get to what he's had to say about Guéhi. Now, I'm not going to read the entire article out to you because I've gone over that in the previous video. Now, what it says here, the headline, if you like, is basically centre-backs at zero cost. Canate, Upamecano and Guéhi are the players who shape the new list, though there could be some surprises. At the club, they also have faith in Joan Martinez, whom they see as having a great future. Real Madrid have some very good young centre-backs coming through, by the way. And I think there was a Mail Stand video on here the other day that talked about Liverpool sniffing around a young centre-back at Real Madrid. You might want to watch that. Now, the article starts, I'm not going to read it to you, Real Madrid have become the terror of the market for players whose contracts are expiring. Every club knows that when the white club move around a footballer nearing the end of his deal, there is always the danger he will fall to the seduction that Madrid's coaches and executives know how to execute to perfection. Excuse me, I've not been very well for a few days. I'm on antibiotics. Canate, Upamecano and Guéhi are the ones who make up this new list. All three finish their contracts soon, and none would require an excessive financial outlay in terms of signing on fees, right? Let's skip through the article and we'll just focus on Guéhi. Excuse me. The number one name in the race is none other than Canate. In recent days, two other players have appeared whose contracts are also entering their final stretch. MARCA has already reported the offer of the other French centre-back, Upamecano. His agent is basically offering his client to Real Madrid. It's not Real Madrid going for him, sniffing around him. Yeah, the French international has been offered to Real Madrid, and although his name has been linked to the club on several occasions, he is not among the White Club's preferred options. The latest name to appear is Marc Guéhi, 25 years of age, an international for Ivory Coast, whose contract with Crystal Palace expires in 8 months. It had seemed he would become the latest reinforcement for the market's dominant club, but bureaucratic issues prevented it. From that moment on, his name began to be linked with Real Madrid, though the movements within the club have Konaté's name written in first place. So they're preferring him over Guéhi. And I believe that, right? I believe that. And waffle, right? Now, I put this to Dave, my AI assistant. Now, Dave, as you know, has been trained to analyse football news articles, the journalists that write them and the publications that push them on us, right? And we also have a log of every single thing José Félix Díaz has said. So it's an amazing amount of data that we have for all the different journalists we talk about on here and on Cop Talk behind me, right? Now, I'm not going to go through his analysis of this article because I've already done that in the previous video about Konaté. But what I want to do is go to a little conversation I had with Dave after his analysis about this. And I said, what did you think of Jose mentioning Guéhi today? And Dave said, yeah, that caught my eye too. And it's definitely significant, Dunk. It's the first time we've seen José Félix Díaz or anyone in Madrid bring his name into the conversation. Up until now, Guéhi's situation has lived entirely in the English football bubble. Mail, Mirror, Guardian, and a few transfer blogs talking about Liverpool's failed summer move and the expectation he'd head to Anfield next year. Spanish media had completely ignored him until now. For Madrid fans, Díaz's mention just looks like another solid, informative piece about the club's long-term defensive planning. It reads as if Madrid are sensibly drawing up a list of potential free transfer defenders. Konaté, Upamecano, Guéhi. Calm, methodical, nothing unusual. But from a Liverpool perspective, that same paragraph feels a lot more loaded. Díaz isn't throwing darts at random. He's a careful operator. Including Guéhi alongside Konaté and Upamecano serves a purpose. It makes Madrid's interests seem broad and strategic, not just focused on Liverpool's players. It allows Madrid to plant their flag on a defender heavily linked to Liverpool. A subtle power play. You see what he's getting at? It strengthens Madrid's public image as the club that elite defenders aspire to join. Essentially, it's a territorial flex disguised as journalism. To Madrid readers, it's routine market talk. To Liverpool supporters, it's Madrid marking ground on one of our scouting targets, while further normalising the idea that Konaté and even Guéhi belong in their orbit. Classic José Félix Díaz. Surgical, strategic, and always serving Madrid's long game. I would listen to that again if you can stomach looking at me and listening to me for a couple more minutes. I would listen to that again because I think Dave has hit the nail on the head there. And I think, what Jose is basically doing, all right, is, this is a player that's becoming available on a free transfer. This is a good player. That's why Liverpool want to sign him. But I also think that it's also a little threat to Liverpool as well. I do. Would you agree? I do think that. And I think Dave is right. Real Madrid fans read it one way, we'll read it another way. Hang on a fucking minute. Where have to get... Do you know what I mean? I think there's a bit of that going on here. So the reason for this video is for me now to tell you, yes, we have now seen Marc Guéhi linked with Real Madrid and credibly, right, by someone credible, if you like. We know there's propaganda, right? But up until now, many of you have been leaving, comments saying, Dunk, I've heard that he's in Spain. And I've been like, no, fucking no. If anything happens, I'll let you know. Well, here I am letting you know, all right? And that's the first time it's been mentioned. So be cautious, because I'm sure the Twitter twats and the content instigators and clickbaiters will probably make a big deal out of this. But you know where to come, don't you, to get truthful and proper breakdowns of what the fuck is going on. And I've got to be honest, Dave it really helps me, because he picks things out and sees things that I don't sometimes. And I listen to him and I think, fuck me, yeah, that right, he's there. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's it. Sorry, I'm still a bit chesty. I'm going to leave it with you. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it informative, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Do you think he really is a target of Real Madrid? I don't think so. I think he is. Like, well, he's available too. You know, Liverpool was sniffing. Give them a mention. Just let them fuckers know we can have who we want. You know what I mean? Also puts pressure on that fucker as well, right? In other words, where if you don't agree to what we're offering you, there are other people out there. Remember, who does the article benefit? And rest assured, if Jose is putting it out there, it's out there for a reason. So, thumbs up, comment. There's a love art under the video if you'd like to support me, if you're in a position to do that. It's called a super thanks. And I need support this month. Revenue is dreadful this month. Other people are saying the same thing. It's the international break. And I said today in one of my videos, one of my briefings, I don't know if it was on this channel or the other one, the super thanks and the channel memberships on here generate more revenue for me than the revenue from the videos, because I don't clickbait. I don't sensationalize. So it's, you know, really, really important if you enjoy my content and you're in a position to support me where you can. All right? Because this month is dreadful. Very, very, very concerning, to be honest with you. All right? But you can support me by thumbsing up a video and posting a comment. It's interaction. And the more interaction on the videos, YouTube goes, oh, maybe other people would like to see that. All right, guys. I'll leave it with you. Remember, if you do use the super thanks, I always give a shout out to you in my morning briefings the next day. And at this point, I should also give a massive shout out to my channel members. Like I just said, without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't. And, you know, they've got a football next to their name. And when you see them in the comment section, you know, you should just think, yeah, solid, because they support me. You know, they're not doing it for extra content or anything. They're doing it because they want to help this channel. And with your help, I can continue to subscribe to these things and give you, I try to give you the best, you know, honest analysis and news updates as possible without making videos. You know, I know there's people out there make videos that they don't care whether they're telling you the truth or not. They just want the views, right? So on here, we try and do things properly. All right, guys. So if you appreciate the video, thumbs up, drop me a comment. The comments are brilliant. That's a currency in itself. And don't forget, comments make prizes, right? I always give away a VIP membership in my morning briefings each day. It's pissing down out there. We've got a red weather warning today. I won't bore you to death with that. Hopefully the electricity will stay on and we won't get flooded here. Okay, guys, take care. Don't forget, live at 6 tonight, UK time. If I'm not around, then it might be because the power's out. All right? Take it easy. I'll speak to you in a bit.